feeling low.
Hello there, my lemon drops, and welcome back to the Lemonade Stand, or welcome if you are new. My name is Brianna. I am a certified personal trainer, a big, huge biology nerd, and a registered dietitian to be. Today we're here for a reaction video. Been a minute since I filmed one of these. The person up today who we're reacting to, none other than Beachbody celebrity super trainer Autumn Calabrese. Before we proceed, if you love science-based health, wellness, and fitness education with some lols, and some dry sarcasm along the way, hit that subscribe button and join the Lemonade Stand. I would really love to have you here. Check out my merch store to get yourself some Lemonade Stand gear, or visit my website to check out my fitness guides. All that stuff will be linked below. Without further ado, let's make some lemonade. So before we get to the actual video, I think it's best if we kind of establish a little bit of background here. What is this about? Why am I reacting to this video? Blah, blah, blah. I already said that Autumn Calabrese is a Beachbody celebrity super trainer. She's probably, and this is, I guess, just my opinion. I'd say she's probably best known for her role in the creation of the nutrition program, the 21-day fix / ultimate portion fix, the container system, the Beachbody container system. That was her doing. Being a super trainer, she's also creates certain Beachbody exercise programs. One example of programs that she's developed is 9-Week Control Freak, and probably most recently this month, well, I'm filming this in March. I don't know when it's going to go up. You guys know I drag my ass with editing. The 4 Weeks for Everybody, which is the fitness program that is, I guess, to accompany the 4-week gut protocol, which is kind of what today is about. And the 4-week gut protocol is a nutrition program. We'll talk about it more, but it's If you're here, you probably know and understand all of the scrutiny and criticism that Autumn Calabrese has faced. Some of those points of scrutiny are her often tone-deaf and shameless way in which she goes about promoting Beachbody and her version of a healthy lifestyle. For example, taking what was supposed to be an informative Instagram post made by a gastroenterologist, a medical professional, twisting a few things around to fit her narrative, and ultimately using it to promote this Beachbody nutrition program.
Kill me right now, otherwise they fight down. Kill me right now, otherwise they fight down.
Let's also not forget her frequent spreading of misinformation.
Sprouts are one of the most nutritionally complete foods that you can eat. They're amazing. They're alkalinizing, they're rich in enzymes, protein, full of vitamins.
And then there's the matter of her credentials. She is often referred to, and I've also heard herself, I think we're going to hear it actually in the video we're going to watch, her referred to herself as a fitness expert and a nutrition expert. So let's chat about that stuff really quick. As far as her being a fitness expert, just about every place I look when looking for information about her fitness credentials, it uses the language that she, quote, has held, end quote, past tense, certifications from NASM and AFPA. That past tense verbiage leads me to assume that her certifications are no longer current. Because of that, I personally do not consider her to be a fitness expert. Even if she did have current certifications from NASM, I still personally don't believe that qualifies someone to call themselves a fitness expert, the certification alone. Keep in mind, I have my personal training certification from NASM as well, and I by no means consider myself a fitness expert. I guess this is just me, but I would consider somebody an expert in their field when they have not just certifications, but also legitimate experience, higher education. That's just me. I've been NASM certified with my personal training cert for going on 7 years now, I think. And even with that, I still wouldn't consider myself a fitness expert. Do I feel knowledgeable in the area? Am I certified? Yeah, but I don't feel that I'm an expert. I would consider somebody an expert if they have that on top of like maybe a master's or a bachelor's or even a PhD in like exercise science or exercise physiology or something like that. That's just my personal opinion. So I don't believe that just having the certification makes you an expert. As far as we know, Autumn's certification isn't even current. And then on top of that, she didn't even go to school for anything exercise science related. She actually studied dance. So based on that information, I personally do not consider Autumn Calabrese a fitness expert, especially when she says things like this.
So every time you squat, I want you to think about getting your hamstrings parallel to the ground. Curl it. Knees are behind the toes.
Most reputable and legitimate fitness professionals actually know that the rule about keeping your knees behind your toes when squatting is quite archaic and incorrect. It's actually been debunked through scientific study and observation. So, I mean, that's just another rub in it for me. How can you call yourself a fitness expert if you don't even understand basic squat mechanics? That's just my opinion. Thank you so much. As far as her being a nutrition expert, so based on the information I know about her, I don't consider her a nutrition professional, and I definitely don't consider her a nutrition expert. And based on the information that I have, she has no credentials that support her being a nutrition expert. And there are a lot of places that refer to her being a nutrition expert. She calls herself that, yeah, but there is a lot of publications that refer to her as a nutrition expert, and it is highly disturbing, especially when you say things like you need to alkalize your body. As a reminder, here in the United States, credential-wise, not just talking about education, but as far as like actual nutrition credentials that are considered like expert level in nutrition are probably the RD/RDN, registered dietitian nutritionist, and CNS, certified nutrition specialist. For both of these, you have to obtain higher degrees. For a CNS, you need at least a master's, and for the RD/RDN, at the moment, you just need a bachelor's degree, but come 2024, you will actually will need a master's degree to be able to sit for the RD exam. The RD differs from the CNS because of what they do in practice. RD training and education is more conducive to the clinical setting, and they are allowed to administer medical nutrition therapy. And the CNS, while still very highly educated in the field, they're just not trained for medical nutrition therapy and like clinical care in that setting. So as far as what Autumn does have, based on her LinkedIn profile, she attended Webster University where she studied dance, and also according to her LinkedIn, she also has her certified holistic health coach certification from the IIN. On their website, under the FAQ page, there's a question about if they're accredited, and they basically say everything except yes. So I take that as a pretty clear indication that they are not accredited. I would also assume that a true nutrition expert knows that your body has mechanisms through which it manages its acid-base balance on its own through the use of multiple mechanisms, none of which are drinking matcha or eating sprouts. So with all of this information, I would personally say that Miss Autumn Calabrese is absolutely, categorically not a nutrition expert, nor would I consider her a fitness expert. And that's my opinion based on all the evidence. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. So I mentioned that Autumn has developed or played a hand in developing, I don't know, we'll talk about that later in the video, this newest nutrition program, the 4-week gut protocol, which will be up actually by the time this video goes up for sure. So just so we know a little bit what that program's about, here's an excerpt from the Beachbody website. If you're dealing with stomach woes, you're not the only one. Things like stress, sleep, exercise, and the foods you eat can all impact the health of your gut. Beachbody super trainer and nutrition expert Autumn Calabrese is no stranger to tummy troubles. She struggled with the issue over the years, but after much trial and error and working closely with her doctor, she's finally learned how to uncover her, quote, food sensitivities, unquote, and now you can too. It's simple. Isolate foods that might be causing digestive sensitivities. Add in no-impact exercise. Combining her first-hand experience and expertise, Autumn found a way to tackle her physically and emotionally challenging gastrointestinal issues while tying in a workout schedule that's easy to follow and easy on the joints. It all starts with a 4-week gut protocol, a comprehensive nutrition program that shows you how the food you eat can impact your gut and how much your gut health impacts your overall health. Based on this information and based on what I know about the 4-week gut protocol, it's basically like an elimination diet. Here's the problem. Elimination diets should be medically supervised. Medical supervision means you are regularly visiting with a team of medical professionals, including, but not limited to, a physician, maybe specifically a gastroenterologist, a gut doctor, and a registered dietitian. If you're doing a special diet, I hope you're following the lead of, at the very least, a dietitian and a physician. Medical supervision means that you're seeing them regularly to make sure that you're staying well nourished, that all your health biomarkers are good, and to just monitor how you're feeling overall to see if maybe any adjustments need to be made. Doing something because a Beachbody super trainer recommended it is not medical supervision. And this also just occurred to me as I'm sitting down filming this. Beachbody calls her a nutrition expert. Lots of places do, but just in the like that excerpt from the program, they called her a nutrition expert. There's a registered dietitian who works at Beachbody. I have personal ethical issues with that, but Ilana Molstein, I think is how you pronounce her name. She's actually a registered dietitian, so I can... Oh, God. The fact that people call Autumn Calabrese a nutrition expert, I would just... God, I would rage if I were in Ilana's position. But then again, I mean, she doesn't have to work there. She makes a choice. Anyway, so Autumn shared a video to her Instagram of her doing a run of this program. It was just kind of like, here's what I'm doing. Like, she weighed herself, she showed her body. Just kind of like a video diary, but overall, it is promoting the 4-Week Gut Protocol program. Most of the comments were from people who are probably in Beachbody with the basic type motivational stuff, but there were quite a few people also criticizing her and the program as well. I was one of those people, just so everyone knows. Pretty irresponsible to be instructing anyone in an elimination diet when you lack the proper education and training to do so. Elimination diets should be medically supervised, always. By the way, alkalizing your body is not good. It results in a physiological complication called alkalosis, which is not a good thing. The food/drink you consume have no influence over your body's acid-base balance. That's your kidney and lungs job. Please stop spreading misinformation. It's not helpful. Straight, simple, and to the point. Well, apparently Autumn didn't think so. Not that she responded directly to me. My comment wasn't the only one like that under the video. A lot of people were like questioning her and saying, you're not qualified to be doing this. Anyway, so the day after that video goes up, she posted, I think it was an IGTV of her addressing the haters, aka people who were just rightfully criticizing her and calling her into question for the way that she's promoting this. And that is what we are gonna react to. So let's get it cracking.
I just figured I would come on live really quick. I'm getting my hair done for a photo shoot that I'm going to do. But you know, when the trolls come out, 9 times out of 10, Autumn will rise above and ignore them. But I also like to come on and...
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm already pausing it. Just to address her comment about trolls. I personally didn't see anyone trolling or hating, as is implied by the title of this live or whatever it is. I'm not saying there weren't any people doing that. I just didn't see them, but I did see quite a few people like myself who were offering justified criticism and calling into question her qualifications. This mindset that we often see certain people take on when they get criticized, even if it's constructive criticism and no one's even being even the slightest bit mean, like at all. Like I personally, for example, in my comment, I don't think my comment was mean, but I'm sure a lot of people who support her and her probably perceive it to be mean or bullying or trolling, whatever. I didn't say anything mean. I didn't make any comments about her personal appearance. I didn't make personal attacks. I stated facts and I got to my point. But they hear that and they get defensive and angry, and then they just call it trolling or bullying or saying that the person's just being a hater. To make sure I'm not an idiot, I actually went to Google and tried to look up the definition of trolling and hating. I felt so stupid doing that because all this time I thought I knew the definition. But people in social media like Autumn have me second guessing myself lately. So trolling, based on the Urban Dictionary, is basically just inciting violence, making threats. I did not see any comments like that at all. There were probably over hundreds of comments on the video. I didn't go through every single one, so I'm not saying that they're not there. I'm just saying that I didn't see any, and I scrolled through quite a few. It's just interesting that she calls people justifiably questioning her and criticizing her. She calls it trolling. And then for the title says, "Okay, haters, let's go." Again, I had to make sure I'm not an idiot, and I looked this up on on the Urban Dictionary. It yielded several different responses, but my impression of a hater, I was always under the impression that a hater is somebody who is throwing shade and undermining someone who has achieved success. Like, when someone's being a hater, it has deep roots and them just being jealous, and they don't like seeing other people successful, so they hate on them. That's what I always thought hating was, and that's what I would personally call a hater. Again, I didn't see anybody hating on her. I just saw people criticizing her and questioning her, which they're allowed to do. Although a couple people responded to my comment who were obviously like staunch Autumn supporters. One person said that my page was trolling because of all the negativity toward Beachbody. And then somebody also said, stop hating on successful women, which again, I read you guys my comment. I didn't know. This psychological position as an adult baffles me to see other adults like take on this stance. When I made the decision to start YouTube, I knew that I was opening myself up to bullying, harassment, criticism, you name it. That's just what you get when you put yourself out there. If your only method of handling genuine, justified criticism is just calling everybody trolls and haters without even considering the words that they're saying, maybe you shouldn't be on social media. You know, a lot of people might hear that and they're gonna be like, stop gatekeeping, Brianna, blah, blah, blah. It's not about that. I'm not gatekeeping. I just don't understand the making a conscious decision, because it is a decision to put yourself on social media. It's a choice. You have a choice. Autumn has a choice. I have a choice. You don't have to be on social media. It doesn't even matter what your platform is. You can criticize every platform. It really doesn't matter. You have your platform. You say things, you know, you say what you want to say because it's your platform. And then when people criticize or question you, you're just like, you're being a hater. Well, I feel like the criticism that Autumn Calabrese faces is fully justified, but I mean, I don't know if she'll ever really address it. Fine if I'm being a hater, okay, but how about you address what I said about in my comment about you spreading misinformation? How about somebody address that? Because all the people that called me a hater and a troll, none of them addressed that. I said that she spreads misinformation. And I cited an example as the alkaline thing because she mentioned that in that video. Just interesting.
I also like to come on and address certain things just so that trolls on my posts don't lead other people that do follow me in a positive way to question certain things. So obviously I'm sharing with you guys my gut health journey, and I will share with you guys every bit of the journey. So I will share with you how I feel physically, how I feel emotionally, how I feel mentally, and part of the physical for some people, actually for most people, will be that if you haven't been eating your best, you'll probably lose some weight, right? Like when we eat really healthy, weight loss happens. So I had posted.
Not if you are overeating. You can overeat healthy food. Eating a couple cookies after your dinner of salmon, potatoes, and broccoli is just as healthy as choosing to have no dessert at all after the same dinner, or maybe having some Greek yogurt with some honey on top of it. Those things are both equally healthy. Whenever people use the word healthy in reference to the foods that they're eating, it rubs me a little weird because I feel that it implies that certain foods are better than others, like morally, and that's not true. I prefer to use the language nutrient dense. For example, broccoli is more nutrient dense than Oreos. Does that make Oreos unhealthy or bad? No, Oreos are just not as nutrient dense and they don't have the same nutrient profile as broccoli. Obviously, I love my Oreos, you guys know that, and I moderate my Oreo intake, and there are some people that actually really have to because maybe of a certain medical condition that they might have. For example, a type 1 diabetic who has to count their carbs because they have to dose their insulin, or someone doing a medically supervised ketogenic diet. Obviously, there's an exception for those people, but like, you get my point. Autumn uses that language all the time, like she's, that food's healthy, that food's not. End of discussion. And I'm just like, come on.
Day 3 of my journey yesterday, and I showed, like, the scale is one form of measurement, and I will use that one form as I document my journey and share my journey and things like that. But for me, my gut health has never been about the number on the scale. It was about how horrible I felt for 5 years. It was about the constant running to the bathroom. It was about literally a time sitting in the movie theater with my sister and one of my friends 5 years ago, and literally like needing to leave the movie because I had eaten something that was causing me such bad gas. It was embarrassing to stay in the movie theater, okay? It was about the horrible bloating and pain. It was about the emotional wreckage that was happening in my life, being at like the top of my career and everything going amazing, and sinking into extreme depression with no explanation as to why, barely being able to function, barely being able to get out of bed. So
there's another quick comment. She just talked about how she spent several years like constantly running to the bathroom, miserable, emotional wreckage. She said that she was depressed. And the thing that I don't understand is she presented herself during that time. I don't follow her, but I like her account is public. So, you know, I go to her account every now and then to see what's going on. Like when you guys tell me, hey, Autumn said this. But she's been on social media for a long time. And she's presented herself on social media constantly like, I'm so happy and I'm so healthy. Look at me, blah, blah, blah. But she just said she's been miserable for 5 years. I just heard that and I found that interesting. If this is true, I honestly have a deep pity for her. To not be able to feel your feelings and have to put on this persona of, I'm such a happy, healthy, fit person because you have to act that way on social media because that is part of her job, like being a Beachbody super trainer. I just think that's really sad. Autumn, I don't know if you're going to watch this video. If you do watch it, I hope you at least make it to this point. Please allow yourself to feel your feelings. Do not pretend to be happy if you are not. That is so much more damaging and emotionally exhausting than just doing what you have to do privately to get what you need.
When people come at me being like, oh, why are you sharing this? Why are you sharing the number on the scale? I share all aspects of the journey because different people will be looking for different things from a gut health journey. Some people are struggling to lose weight despite eating healthy and despite exercising, and they don't understand why. And it could be that their gut health is out of balance. Those microorganisms in our gut play a massive role in our...
It could be a million other things too. And if they want to find out those things, they should go to the doctor.
Overall health. And part of that is maintaining a healthy weight. And I know I've been in this business for 20 plus years, you guys. I've seen people struggle and do all the right things and feel so defeated when it doesn't work and they think their body is just defective or it's never going to work for them. They are determined, they are just bound to feel this way or be this weight, and that's not necessarily true. Gut health is really an emerging science. I've been studying it for 5 years since I found out that I had mine. When I got diagnosed with mine, it was after 2 years of suffering and doctors telling me nothing was wrong with me. So by the time I got diagnosed, I was malnourished, literally, even though I was eating the healthiest of healthy. I wasn't absorbing any of my nutrients. Like, that's a scary place to be. It's a scary place to be to think that you have cancer or some other life-threatening disease because you feel horrible. You can see it in your skin. You can see it in your eyes. Weight is falling off of you and you don't want it falling off of you and you have no explanation. It's a bad place to be, okay? So I had some...
Also, just really quick... Something that struck me kind of weird. She just said, gut health is an emerging science. No, it's not. Gastroenterologists have been around for many millennia. Maybe not millennia, but like, she's acting like scientists and medical professionals have just started talking about gut health last week. I don't know what she means by that. I just thought that was kind of funny.
Person comment, on one of my posts and say like, you're not qualified to speak on this and your feed is toxic, which I find hilarious because I'm like, the only thing that's toxic is you, the person on my feed. Because if you don't like what I post, don't follow me. Like, stop wasting your energy following somebody you don't like.
Okay. More words. Obviously, the people who are criticizing her and calling her credentials and qualifications into question are probably not following you, ma'am. I already said it before, but your profile is public. Why are you wasting your energy following me? I personally feel like she just said that to invalidate and undermine everyone who was criticizing her, instead of actually acknowledging their very, very justified criticisms that she is not qualified. If you don't like to be criticized, get off social media. If you can't take the heat, get out the kitchen.
But to be clear to everybody, because I always want people to understand that you are in safe hands. I am not a registered dietitian. Never claimed to be. I do study, you guys. I probably study more than people that have gone to college. I am reading constantly, learning constantly. I am following top doctors that are on the forefront of the research.
Okay, Autumn, with respect, that is laughable. You probably study more than people who have gone to college. Are you kidding me? Registered dietitians and certified nutrition specialists have to do continuing education every 5 years to maintain their knowledge and to make sure they're staying up to date with the most current science. Physicians, registered nurses, nurse practitioners, etc., they all have to keep their education and licenses current, probably by doing continuing education. If you're a physician, nurse practitioner, registered nurse, all that stuff. Do you have to keep your registration current? I'm pretty sure you do. And if so, I'm willing to bet it probably includes some type of continuing education for which reading is probably involved. I think every single healthcare profession has to do some type of continuing education to renew their licensure and to make sure that their knowledge is up to date with the most current science so that they can give you the best care. Every professional field, lawyers, hey, like my mom is a lawyer. She doesn't currently practice law, but she keeps her license to practice law up to date by doing continuing education, which I'm pretty sure she told me it was every 2 years for her legal license. I do not believe for 1 second that you read more than someone who was gone to college. And even if she does read a lot, I personally call into question, what exactly is it that you are reading? Because if she's reading literature that is telling her that we need to keep our bodies alkaline by eating certain foods, then with respect, your research is trash. If you're reading misinformation, that's completely useless and it's a waste of time because it teaches you nothing. Learning how to do proper research is another thing that someone learns through proper education. And that's not always necessarily college, you guys. Keep that in mind. It is absolutely laughable that she believes that she studies or reads or whatever more than a college-educated professional. How insulting and degrading to professionals everywhere. God, I can only imagine being her doctor.
I've debated going back to school or not. I choose personally not to go back to school for a lot of reasons. I choose not to go back because I don't want to learn the old stuff. I want to be on the cutting edge of science. I want to learn what's happening right now. And I'm not knocking anybody. Like, school is great and I fully respect everybody that has gone and gotten that degree. But that's just not the path that I'm on right now.
Okay, for starters, I have to say, I need to disclose this. I am not shaming anyone who chooses to bypass college or discontinue college. That is not the discussion here, before anyone tries to get it twisted and call me classist or whatever. Going to college is optional and is not required to achieve success. And I hate the narrative that's pushed. I don't know, I'll be 30 this year. I don't know if maybe you guys can remember being in school when we were younger. The narrative is pushed that if you don't go to college, you're nobody. You have to go to college. You have to go to school and get an education. I really hate that narrative because it's not true. You don't have to go to college. College is optional. Unless you want to be involved in the healthcare field, including but not limited to professions such as registered dietitian, medical doctor, nursing, physical therapy, just to name a few. And then the other fields where you obviously need a college education, being a lawyer, a social worker, things like that. But this reasoning that she just cited, her reasoning that she just said for choosing to not go back to school is very dumb, in my opinion. You don't want to go back to school because you don't want to learn the old stuff.
I choose personally not to go back to school for a lot of reasons. I choose not to go back because I don't want to learn the old stuff. I want to be on the cutting edge of science.
The f*** do you think they're teaching future doctors right now in med school? Bloodletting? If science were still where it was 150 years ago, people would be dropping dead in their mid-30s from the flu. Before the discovery of exogenous insulin, the diagnosis of type 1 diabetes used to be a death sentence. But now, because of modern medicine, type 1 diabetics can live long, healthy, mostly normal lives. Before Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin, people dropped dead of mild bacterial infections that could have been cured by it. Before Jonas Salk developed the polio vaccine, a disease that if contracted was life-threatening and very debilitating for people, polio is actually now considered to be eradicated. It's true that science is often behind on what's trending, but science takes time. You cannot rush science. So she really thinks that people who are in school right now pursuing whatever advanced degree are learning the old stuff. I don't even know what to say to her on this subject. That's ridiculous. If you don't want to go back to school to learn actual nutrition science and nutrition education, that's fine. That's your prerogative. But to say, I don't want to go back to school because I don't want to learn the old stuff, that's stupid. I'm sorry. I can't think of another word to describe it. That's stupid. And I can sit here and say, as somebody in school to be a dietitian right now, as a nutrition student, I've learned things in school as recently as last year that I have found out later in more recent research is actually not entirely true. That happens sometime. That's why they try and keep our lectures up to date. They're not updated. They can't be updated every single minute though. That's the thing. But they are updated pretty frequently, like every couple of years, because science changes.
And at Beachbody, we don't have just one registered dietitian on staff. You guys, we have a team of both registered dietitians and doctors, experts in gut health. So when I create a program, I'm not creating it in a bubble by myself. I'm not pulling random ideas out of nowhere. This is 5 years of working with doctors myself, but also working with Beachbody's team of experts, team of registered dietitians, team of gut health experts, like doctors that have focused on gut health specifically. and working together as a team to say,
it's annoying me that she keeps on saying doctors that focus on gut health specifically, gut health doctors, blah, blah, blah. How about just say a gastroenterologist? Maybe I'm just being nitpicky though. Okay, here's the other thing. I'm more confused because she just said she's working with a team of expert gut health doctors, a team of registered dietitians. I'm not just pulling stuff out of the air and just doing it on my own. That's basically the gist of what she just said. I'm confused now because there are several places that imply that she is the creator of this program, and I can actually, and I'll put it in the screen so you guys can see it. As recently as I think last week or the week before, there was an IGTV posted of her speaking to Carl Deichler, the CEO of Beachbody, and he said, I'm here with Autumn Calabrese, the creator of the 4-week gut protocol, and she did not correct him.
4-week gut protocol, and joining me now is the creator of the 4-week gut protocol, Autumn Calabrese. Hello.
hello. So it's its own comprehensive nutrition program that really, I designed it to show you guys that food really impacts our gut health, and our gut health impacts our overall health.
Sometimes she takes credit for making it, and sometimes she's not taking credit for making it. Which one is it? Because honestly, if I'm looking at it from my angle, to me it looks like when it benefits her, she takes credit for making it. But when people call into question her qualifications, her education, her credentials, that's when she's like, I worked with a team of doctors and dietitians. We all did it together. But just last week, Carl looked her dead in her face and said that she was a creator of this program. She did not correct him. And also, lastly, this is just strictly 100% my opinion. I personally strongly question the ethics and the morals of professionals who choose to associate their credentials and their education with multi-level marketing companies. There are several negative aspects of multi-level marketing companies. I mean, I could get into all of them, but we'll be here all damn day, okay? And the sun's going down and the lighting is gonna get bad pretty soon. Multi-level marketing companies are universally seen by most organizations as not a good thing. That's why the Federal Trade Commission in the United States, the FTC, warns people against joining recruitment-based multi-level marketing companies. If I go to the doctor and I find out my doctor is in a multi-level marketing company, I'm turning around and I'm walking my happy ass out.
This is what I want. This is what I learned. Are we all in agreement with this? Yes, we are. And then once we do that, you guys, we also have to go through legal and compliance to make sure that legally and FDA, everything that we are putting out is aligned and that we are not going to be guiding people in the wrong direction.
Okay, so a bit about that. She said legal and compliance and the FDA. I can't comment on the legal stuff. I don't know what she's talking about. With legal what? I don't know. I don't understand what she means by that. But, and what I'm about to say is a fact, so take notes. Dietary supplements actually do not have to go through FDA approval. Dietary supplements like Shakeology or any supplements that they are going to be pushing with this 4-week gut health protocol program do not have to go through FDA approval, and they are not FDA regulated as drugs, but they are regulated as food. So they do not go through a process of approval and testing and things like that. So one of two things happen. I think she is either lying or she's horribly misinformed and she really does believe that these products and these programs do go through FDA testing and approval. Furthermore, and this is just my opinion, this is all my opinion, if a team of legal professionals who specialize in this kind of stuff saw a program like the 4-week gut protocol, which is effectively an elimination diet, I highly doubt that they would be like, looks great, wrap it up, because they would probably know that an elimination diet should be medically supervised. I just find it really hard to believe that they would sign off on a program like the 4-week gut protocol being distributed at mass scale like this.
So when people come on and say you're not qualified, I just want to put everybody in check because I'm not doing it by myself, first of all, but it's just funny to me that like I said, haters are going to come on and make those comments. Somebody else was like,
haters. Okay, I already kind of addressed this. Criticism is not the same thing as hate, Autumn. Stop calling everybody who criticizes you a hater. Seriously. You sound like a child. My theory on why people with this mentality, and we see it in a lot of multi-level marketing company, and also cults too. I feel like cults is an overused term, but there are a lot of parallels that can be drawn in the behaviors that we see in cults and multi-level marketing companies. And also, to be clear, it's not the companies necessarily. It's more the environment that is created by the distributors that fosters that kind of cult-like behavior, in my opinion. But my theory theory on why people say things like that, like just call everybody who criticizes them a hater, is because it's easier to call someone a hater than it is to take ownership, because victims don't have to take responsibility for their actions. If everyone else is a big fat meanie or a hater or a troll, then it's not your fault. That's why if I say, hey, you're not a nutrition professional, you're not a registered dietitian or a CNS, I don't believe that you should be promoting this, and I don't believe that you're qualified to be promoting this or leading people to do this, and I don't believe that Beachbody should have developed a program like this because it can be unsafe for people. People commented that, and her response is, you're a hater. Okay, but how about you address the things that I just said, though? Because she probably can't in a way that makes her look positive, so it's easier for her to just say, you're a hater.
Somebody else was like, why do you keep talking about your weight if it's not about weight loss? Because I'm sharing that as one tool, one form of measurement. You'll see as we continue to get into it. I show you guys also, I'll show you at the end, my measurements that went down because of the amount of inflammation that was happening in my stomach. Because over the holidays, I did, I'm human. I did what everybody does. I drank a little more than you normally do. I ate some desserts that I don't normally eat. I ate some foods that I know hurt me and bother me. And I was like, it's fine. Even though I know it's not fine. So, yeah, I had to put myself in check and start going through the gut protocol myself. And I wanted to document the journey for you guys and be able to share it. And yes, weight came off of me despite eating so much, like so much. And I share with you guys the food that I'm eating along the journey, so that you guys can see I'm not like starving. I'm not eating cardboard. I'm eating stuff that tastes really delicious. The weight was just part of it. I'll be honest, I'll tell you guys right now, you don't have to wait for 30 days from now. I lost 3.5 pounds following the gut protocol. I was at like 111.5, and by the time I finished the program, I was at 108, which is a very normal weight for me. That's the weight I've been for 13 years. And I'm sorry if that number offends people, y'all, but I'm small. That's just the way I'm built. Like, I don't know why people get so mad about what I weigh. It has nothing to do with anybody else. That's just my body. I'm 5'3". On a good day. My parents are small. My family is small. If you look at my sister, she's small. You look at my brother, he's small. That's how we're built. I don't know what people want me to weigh, but like, that's just what I weigh. Stop getting so mad about it.
Oh my God, me and Autumn are height twinsies. I'm also 5'3". Everybody always thinks that I'm taller than I am. People have been like, I'll say that I'm 5'3", and people have been like, oh my God, I thought you were like 5'7". I thought you were like 5'6". No, I am a hobbit. You know who is freaking tall? Deanna Mims. Deanna and I met up a couple weeks ago, and she came over, and we hugged, and my face goes right in her boobs. She's so tall. Hi, Deanna. Love you. You're beautiful. So anyway, the reason she just brought up her weight is because in that video I was telling you guys about where she posted the previous day, she showed her weight and like her body and stuff. I want to say right off the bat, I wasn't personally bothered by the fact that she showed her weight, but I also do understand the point of, if the point is to be healthy, then why is showing how much weight you lost relevant? I do agree with her that weight, the scale is just a tool. I would actually, and this is just my opinion, like as a fitness professional and in school to be a healthcare professional, dietitian, I put the scale, like if I had to rank the tools to assess progress, I put the scale like close to the bottom. It doesn't tell you about your body composition, doesn't tell you about your health biomarkers, depending on how much you weigh, because weight loss isn't healthy for everyone, and likewise weight gain isn't healthy for everyone. So depending on which end of the spectrum somebody is on, their weight may or may not matter that much. Obviously, I'm talking excessively underweight, excessively overweight, that's totally different, but I'm just talking about like people who are kind of in like the normal healthy weight category. I know weight's a hot topic, but sometimes I just gotta say things. The thing is though, I don't think people are necessarily mad at the number that she weighs, at what she weighs on the scale. I think it's more though that she says frequently, it's about being healthy, blah, blah, blah. But they're constantly, for advertising for this program, promoting this program, they're showing before and after pictures, side profiles of people that's showing, hey, look at their bloat and their weight in the before picture, and then look at the after picture after they did that program. What's the message there? The message is that, oh, look, people are losing weight. This is what the 4-week gut health protocol, whatever the that's what it does. Kind of those really subtle nuances and undertones that Beachbody like kind of tends to foster in a lot of people that weight loss is always the goal. I think that's more what people are rubbed the wrong way at. Like a lot of Beachbody nutrition programs are geared toward weight loss. Professional bodybuilders are not joining Beachbody during their bulking phase. I think a lot of people at Beachbody corporate and like people who represent Beachbody, like Autumn, I think they would probably deny that. But what do you expect to happen when I'm eating 900 calories a day on the 3-day refresh? Like, you don't expect weight loss to happen at all, really? Which, by the way, I've done the goddamn 3-day refresh too. Here's those videos. I'll link all those below. And I also have to say, again, for the millionth time, I'm in school to be a dietitian. Specifically, I want to specialize in bariatric and diabetes care. I want to work with people who are pre and post weight loss surgery. I do not think that there is anything wrong with pursuing weight loss, nor do I believe that there's anything wrong with wanting to change your body. A lot of us do it on a daily basis, and I believe that there's nothing wrong with that stuff as long as it's not coming from a place of self-hatred. It's okay to love yourself but still want to change. I do not subscribe to the narrative that wanting to lose weight is fat phobic. Personally, that word really annoys me because I think people tend to overuse it, but I digress. I think what's important is your motivation to want to change your body. And on top of that, when you set out to pursue that change in your body, that you're doing it in a healthy and sustainable way too. Crash diets, quick fixes, I don't know, like the 21-day fix, I don't know, like the 3-day refresh, I don't know, like the what is that, the Whole30, all those diets like that we see in social media, those are not it. And lastly, I know a lot of people probably are expecting me to, I am not going to comment on her weight because I am not her healthcare provider and I don't think it is appropriate. But she did say that, I don't know what people want me to weigh. I mean, well, your doctor might help you determine that. Although I don't know if she thinks she reads more than her doctor. Would she even listen to them? Just saying. There's always a desirable weight range based on height, age, gender, health status, etc., all that stuff for everybody. I agree that weight should not be the only and primary indicator of somebody's health status. But weight can be, like she said, and I do agree with this, can be a tool used to assess overall health. That's why when you go to the doctor for your annual checkup, or however often you go to the doctor for whatever condition you might have, they usually get your weight. If you've unintentionally lost 20 pounds in the last 6 months, that's problematic. And the next steps are probably going to be to run a bunch of tests on you to make sure you're okay. Conversely, if you've unintentionally gained 20 pounds in the last 6 months, that could also be an issue. That could also be an indication that something isn't right.
I also saw people commenting on the post and they were like, why aren't you talking about Black History Month? Like, you guys, I'm a fitness and nutrition expert. Like, I by all, like, fully respect Black History Month. Like, I think it's so important, but I don't have a political platform. That's not what my platform is about. So you're not going to see me talking about politics on my platform. Like,
I can only imagine what the people doing her hair right now are thinking. That just crossed my mind. They're probably like, the fuck is she even talking about? First and foremost, you're not a nutrition expert. You're not a fitness expert, in my opinion, okay? Let's just get that out of the way because she just said it. Again, she just said, I'm a fitness and nutrition expert. No, you're not, in my opinion. Next, I actually agree with this sentiment. Let me explain. I find it annoying when people come to your platform and tell you what you should be posting about. That's like somebody coming into your house and telling you how to decorate it. Unless I've hired you as my interior designer, could you please not tell me how to decorate my house, please? It's annoying. It's one thing when I ask and you guys give me like recommendations on video ideas that are related to my content. Even if I don't ask, I've gotten a lot of good video suggestions from you guys, from like you guys just DMing me and saying, hey, you should look at this thing, you know? If it's related to and relevant to the kind of content that I post, I really don't mind that, honestly. But when people slide into my DMs and tell me that I need to talk about a specific current event because it's happening and because other creators are talking about it, I find that annoying. I remember last year, or actually, gosh, I think it was maybe 2 years ago now, around the time of the tragic and unnecessary death of George Floyd. Everyone was posting and talking about it, which is perfectly fine. That's all well and good. It's a current event, and it's an important event that's happening right now, or when it was happening. But something that I saw a lot of, which I thought was just so weird, was people shaming other people who were not constantly posting about it and not constantly talking about it. For example, I follow a lot of dog accounts. unsurprisingly. One of my favorite dog accounts to follow is Bobby the dog. The account has a lot of Instagram followers. So the account, who is the owner of, it's the dog's owner, obviously. Dogs don't have opposable thumbs, and they're not capable of complex thought, so they cannot post to Instagram yet. So his owner posted like a cute video or a picture, I don't remember which. It was of him, the dog, doing, something cute. It's super cute. Everybody's loving it. I go to drop a comment, and I think I was just gonna, I don't know, probably a bunch of hearts or something like that. And while I was in the comment section, there was a wall of a comment from somebody who was putting this guy on blast. Said to him under the post, "You really should be using your platform to post about George Floyd and this and that, and you have a big following. You should be posting about X, Y, and Z, about that current situation right now, not posting dog videos or dog pictures or whatever. You should be using your influence to share about this situation." And I was just so put off by that. And Bo's owner responded. He was really nice. He was basically just like, "I understand and I see the crisis that's happening right now, and it's very important and we empathize, but we choose to use this account to share Bo's life and continue to uplift and make people smile with Bo, with the dog." None of that's word for word, but that's like the gist of the comments. I was like, yeah, that's sweet. That wasn't my first thought when I saw the picture of the dog or video, whatever it was. The entire situation involving George Floyd was so sad and never should have happened. But just because someone doesn't post about something doesn't mean they're insensitive, and it doesn't mean that they don't care about it. I don't think I ever posted, I also don't post to Instagram every single day though. I don't think I ever posted a black square to my Instagram feed. Does that mean I don't care? No. Does that mean I wasn't talking about it? Also no. I actually was talking about it within the privacy of my home and between me and my husband and my family. Everything doesn't have to get shared on social media for it to be relevant. Last month, because this is being filmed in March, so February is last month for me. I think I made one post about Black History Month. I shared a black female who is in school to be a veterinarian. She just wrote a really beautiful and uplifting post about being black in her field. I remember sharing that to my story. So because I only posted once about Black History Month, is somebody really gonna come to me and tell me that I don't care about Black History Month? Don't worry, I'll wait. I really think that people need to, and I know this is just society right now with social media, but people need to stop putting so much stake and putting so much power into an Instagram post. We all want change, but if the extent of your activism is making one Instagram post and then never saying anything ever again, then I would have to say that I think you're part of the problem, because there are much bigger ways to impact change in your community. Social media is a great way, yes, but it shouldn't be your only avenue for doing that. Anyway, that's my little soapbox rant about that. I'm sure lots of people will have something to say about that. But yeah, that's my take on that. Now, the next thing where I don't agree with Miss Autumn. Black history is political now? I didn't know discussion about history, things that actually happened, were tantamount to someone sharing their political views. That is an awful comparison to make. Politics are subjective. History is not. It actually happened. It's not anyone's opinion that Martin Luther King was assassinated. It's a fact. That's not politics. I'm not saying that history is never political. It actually very often is. I would say that sometimes the making of history is political, but once all that stuff happens, it now becomes history. It now becomes a factual event that actually happened. I can't believe I'm sitting here having to explain that to her. She's probably not watching this. And if she has, she probably hasn't made it to this point. Autumn, if you've made it to this point, you get an Oreo. History happened. Politics are...
Okay, I found this on the web. Politics are...
No. History actually happened. It's not your opinion. Like, yes, we can have an opinion on the events that have occurred, but the events that have occurred have happened. It's not political. History has happened, and it's worth talking about and educating people about certain facets of history because history is important. So to conclude my thoughts on this, I don't believe that the worst thing about Autumn is that she didn't make a Black History post in February. I really don't care. That's not the worst thing about her, honestly. But I do believe that this comparison shows how completely tone deaf she is, in my opinion. Jesus fucking Christ.
I don't need to have those conversations publicly. I can have those conversations with my friends. I have friends of every ethnicity and race and all of that. And I don't, that's just not what this is for me. Like, there's plenty of people that use their platform for that kind of stuff, and that's amazing. But I'm here to talk about fitness and nutrition. So if y'all don't like it, you probably need to follow somebody that talks about other things. But I'm definitely not here for being attacked, and I think people just assume, they hide behind the keyboard and they say things, and like I said, 9 times out of 10, I don't let stuff bother me. And it's not even that it bothers me, but I want to clarify so that for all the people that are really excited about gut health, I don't want them going, well, is Autumn not qualified to talk about gut health or have a gut health program?
You're not a registered dietitian, you're not a medical doctor, and you're not a certified nutrition specialist. So my opinion is that no, she's not qualified to be making a gut health program.
Because I want people to understand that this is created with a team of experts, always. Even Alana, you guys, Alana, who's a registered dietitian for 2B Mindset, which is our other nutrition program. She's a registered dietitian. She still has to work with the team at Beachbody. Everybody on the team, the registered dietitians and doctors, all have to be in agreement when we put stuff out. So just understand that. Anyways, I don't know. It seems like people should have better use of their time. Like, if you're so angry and so negative, you should probably go exercise.
Thank you so much. I did this morning and I feel fucking fantastic. By the way, I don't believe I'm hiding behind a keyboard at this point. Hello, my name is Brianna. I love long walks, lemonade, and Oreos.
Get some of that frustration out. But I can tell you that over the years, taking care of my gut and working to really improve that health, the health of my gut, has improved my overall health so much. And the biggest thing for me, you guys, was my mental health. I have horrible anxiety, to the point where I feel like I'm having heart attacks sometimes, where I feel like, or like I'll have so much adrenaline that'll hit me out of nowhere. I have to get up and like go run or work out or something when it hits me that bad. I've literally had it in the middle of the night where I've had to get up and pace my room because I'll be sleeping and an anxiety attack will hit. So that being under control was huge. The depression was probably the scariest thing I've ever experienced, and don't ever want to feel that again. But I can tell you that once I was diagnosed with the food sensitivities, I cut out the foods that were really harming me, and I started to get my vitamins and my minerals and my hormones back in balance. For me, that's when it went away. I'm not making a claim. I'm not saying that like gut protocol is going to cure depression or anything. I'm just saying that our body is made out of everything that we eat, everything that we put in it. So if your body isn't absorbing the nutrients or it's not getting the nutrients it needs, your body can't function at optimum levels. And that goes for everything. That goes for all parts of your body. So the fact that I was malnourished kind of explains why I was having so many problems. But I can tell you, being where I am now, I feel a lot better. It doesn't mean every day is perfect. It doesn't mean like every day walking around on sunshine, but I definitely feel so much better, and that is what it is all about for me, is how I feel. And so for people who are suffering from anything from mood swings to horrible sugar cravings to trouble losing weight, or maybe you're like me where I had weight falling off of me with no explanation, but I knew it wasn't right. That was when I had my food sensitivities. When I lost the 3.5 pounds, that was because I just cleaned up my nutrition and stopped eating sugar at night like I had been doing during the holidays.
Just FYI, for most of us, you can eat sugar any time of the day. Your body doesn't know what time it is. Calories that come from sugar don't magically just double after a certain time. Primary people that should be concerned with sugar intake and meal timing are probably diabetics and people doing a medically supervised ketogenic diet. And they should be doing that under the care of a physician and a registered dietitian.
But, skin irritants is another thing. Having low energy could be another thing that could be an issue from gut health. So there's so many things that could be going on. So I'm excited for it to launch. It's launching March 15th to everybody. Let's do this, right? Let's take back control of our health. Let's take back control of our gut health, and let's feel great again. I hope you guys all have a great Friday. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
So it launches March 15th. This is being filmed on Thursday, March 17th. So it is out now. That was the video. In conclusion, sorry, I forgot to say in conclusion. So yeah, that was the video. It was, like we kind of said, that video was kind of a response, her responding to haters, trolls, whatever, from her video from the day before where she was like kind of documenting herself doing the 4-week gut protocol. There was quite a bit to unpack. We unpacked it. This is probably going to be a long video. I said it already multiple times, but I'm just going to reiterate it one last time. I do not see Autumn as an authority figure at all in fitness or nutrition. And that's not me calling her stupid. I don't think that people like Autumn are stupid and uneducated. I think people like Autumn are incorrectly educated. I mean, we already talked about it. She says she reads and studies more than people who went to college. But if you're reading and studying things that say that certain foods and drinks alkalize your body, which no, they don't, your pseudoscience textbook is out of date, my girl. I don't appreciate the spread of misinformation. I think it's very scary and disturbing that Autumn Calabrese has as big a platform as she does. There's nothing wrong with having a big following. I don't think that that's the issue. The issue is in her spreading misinformation and her promoting programs like elimination diets, like the 4-week gut protocol. Yeah, sorry, I don't have an outro written down, so I'm just kind of winging it. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm getting tired. Bad gut health. If you made it to the end of this video, comment, I don't know. Figure out how to spell that. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you liked me and want to see more of my face and hear more of my ramblings, hit the subscribe button for more content. Follow me on Instagram, check out my merch store, check out my website, and you know, all the things. All the things will be linked below. Thank you once again for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye! Oh, he knows. He knows I'm about to get the camera. You guys know the drill right now. Love how you came running down the hallway just as the video was ending. Look at ya. Look at ya. You knew it was your time to shine. Is this what you want? Is this what you want, you old ass man? Is this what you want? Hey Zeus. Oh my, isn't that just the prettiest picture? Aren't you two just the most handsome? Oh my goodness. Yes, that's your little brother. That's your little brother. Onyx is doing a trick because we sit them down by each other. And we say to Onyx, who's your baby brother? And he puts his paw on Zeus. That's his baby brother. And now here comes the pesky little sister. Ma'am. Ma'am. Do not talk back to me. I said don't. I'm getting sick of you talking back.